So a few people have been asking me what did I think of the Ultramarines movie. Well, I thought I'd give my small review here. Now, for those of you who don't know, Ultramarines is the only official Warhammer 40,000 movie to ever be released by Games Workshop on DVD. As the title suggests, it follows the story of a squad of Ultramarines, which have been sent to investigate a distress signal on a planet, and there will be some spoilers in this, just to let you know. So, let's start off with the good things. The good things, the sound. The music was fantastic, the musical score was brilliant. And the voice acting was also pretty damn good for the most part. And also, add a bonus, they got John Hurt in this. And John Hurt is, let's be honest, he's the God Emperor. I'm sorry, I don't care what you say, John Hurt is the God Emperor. Well, not in the story, in this he plays a chaplain called Karnak. But as an actor, he is the God Emperor of actors. So, that's a nice little touch. That's a good job on you. You know, the film, it can be seen as a good thing or a bad thing. The film itself is really short. It's only about 70 minutes, so literally just over an hour. On the plus side, this does mean the story is generally fairly well paced. It's forced not to linger on things for too long. And there's also a really cool scene about halfway through the film where the Ultramarine squad is inside a ruined chapel and they're being stalked by a demon. And I thought that was a really cool scene. And some of the action when the Ultramarines were fighting the Black Legion was also pretty damn good, as well as the action in the final battle between Proteus and the Demon Prince. That was also a really good scene. Now, for the bad news. The story as a whole I thought was kind of weak. And there's so many holes, I know some people might think I'm nitpicking here, but there's so many holes in this film in regards to the lore of Warhammer 40,000, which I can't just seem to let go. I mean, for starters, it's stated pretty much at the beginning of the film that this squad of Ultramarines is going on their first combat mission. I'm sorry, what? You're telling me that these 10 Space Marines, who had, according to the Codex of Studies, have to have been in the Scout Company, and then in a Devastator squad, and then an Assault squad, and then a Tactical squad, have never seen combat. How the hell did they... What? Look, I understand if this was a made-up chapter, you could just say, it's non-Codex compliant, and people were like, okay, that explains it. Because, let's be honest, Space Wolves, when you join the Space Wolves, you join the Blood Claws, which is the Assault Marines. And then you join the Grey Hunters, the Tactical, and then you join the Lonfangs. But in this, these guys seem to have gone straight from the Scout Company to the Tactical Marines. No, that doesn't work that way. And also, what was up with Karnak's Crozius Arcanum? So in this film, Chaplain Karnak uses his Crozius Arcanum to basically shoot a huge wave of energy that kills a whole bunch of Black Legion Chaos Space Marines. Considering the fact that the Crozius Arcanum is essentially just nothing more than a power weapon, I mean, I suppose you could argue it's a unique piece of, it's a unique artifact to the Imperial Fists and its Archaeotech or whatever, but even so, it just seems very, very distracting for me. And the animation of a lot of characters in this as well is really iffy. I can't quite put my finger, but it's just something that seems very unnatural with a lot of the animations. And oh my god, those faces. The faces. Oh, so ugly, so ugly. I mean, I thought Chaos Space Marines were supposed to be ugly, but these guys. And the lip syncing is just. Some of the lip syncing's okay, and then you get some of it where it's just completely off. You can forgive something if it's got bad animation, if it's got great story. The story is very whatever. In regards to the locations, when they're on the planet, you can't really see a damn thing. It's just dust everywhere, just dust. You'd think they were playing Battlefield 4 or something. Though, in fairness, while they're on the Ultramarine ship, there is the atmosphere you get from the Ultramarine ship is actually very good. Like all the stained glass windows and that, it's pretty much spot on the atmosphere you'd expect from Warhammer 40,000. Speaking of the ship, it's a strike cruiser, okay, which is designed to hold an entire company of Space Marines. The only Space Marines on this cruiser are a tactical squad, a captain, an apothecary, and a land speeder crew. 14 Space Marines on a strike cruiser. What? I mean, a couple of squads, I can understand, like 2 or 3 squads. But not just one and a land speeder crew. That just doesn't make sense to me. I can't exactly imagine Marnie's Calca going, yeah, just take that new squad who we've inexplicably promoted from scout company up into a tactical squad in the 5th company, yeah, and just give them a ship before I cast fists on Katos Karis' face. You know, it just doesn't know. It doesn't work that way. I don't think so. And the animation model for the Demon Prince in the final scenes, he seemed very, very top-heavy. It seemed very disproportionate. And again, yes, I know you could say, oh, well, demons, mutation, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but at the same time, it just doesn't look right. Even if you were using that argument, it just didn't look right. I know it's based off the old Metal Demon Prince model. But even then, the legs on that were, proportioned, big tree trunk looking things. This thing just looked like it had really gangly chicken legs. I mean, who was it supposed to be? Kevin Nash? You're probably wondering, what did I think of the film overall? Take into consideration its pros, its cons, the good and the bad. I thought it was okay. Average. And unfortunately, this is the only official Warhammer 40,000 film that's been released. I mean, you had the old Inquisitor film, which was never given an official release. And let's be honest, that film was kind of pants. Let's be brutally honest. And that was full of flaws in itself. And then you got Damnatus, which, I'll be honest, I've not seen yet. I still need to check that one out, which is an unofficial film. And then we got The Lord Inquisitor, which is coming out soon, which I really do have high hopes for, just because the fact that's being written by Aaron Dembski-Bowden. That being said, this film was written by Dan Abnett, who is a Black Library author himself. But overall, this film was okay. If you're a die-hard Space Marine fan, if you're a casual Warhammer fan, or if you're Matt Ward, you'll enjoy this film. But if you're a big Warhammer 40,000 fan who's not too keen on Space Marines, you're not going to like this that much. That being said, I recommend people check it out, if nothing more than a curiosity. Anyway, this has been my views on the Ultramarine film, and I'll see you next time.